3, encourage or induce an alien to come to or reside in this state if the person knows or recklessly disregards the fact that such coming to, entering, or residing in this state is or will be in violation of law. B, a means of transportation that is used in the commission of a violation of this section is subject to mandatory vehicle immobilization or impound. C, a law enforcement official or agency of this state or county, city, town, or other political subdivision of the state may not consider
race, color, or national origin
in the enforcement of this section, except to the extent permitted by the
United States or Arizona Constitution.
So I think what they're saying is, all you can really say is, hey, where are you from, you sexy thing?
In the enforcement of this section, an alien's immigration status may be determined by 1. A law enforcement officer who is authorized by the federal government to verify or ascertain an alien's immigration status. 2. The United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement or the United States Customs and Border Protection pursuant to 8 United States Code Section 1373C. This section does not apply to a child protective services worker acting in the worker's official capacity or a person
Where you from, you sexy thing,
who is acting in the capacity of a first responder, an ambulance attendant, or an emergency medical technician, and who is transporting or moving an alien in the state.
Sexy thing.
Person who violates the section is guilty of a Class 1 misdemeanor and is subject to a fine of at least $1,000, except for that violation of this section that involves one or more illegal aliens is a Class 6 felony, and the person is subject to a fine of at least $1,000 for each alien who is involved.
Section 6, arrest by an officer without a warrant. A peace officer may, without warrant, arrest a person if the officer has probable cause to believe. 1. A felony has been committed and probable cause to believe the person to be arrested has committed the felony. 2. A misdemeanor has been committed in the officer's presence and probable cause to believe the person to be arrested has committed the offense. 3. The person to be arrested has been involved in a traffic accident and violated any criminal section of Title 28. Such violation occurred prior to or immediately following such traffic accident. 4. A misdemeanor or petty offense that is committed and probable cause to believe the person to be arrested has committed the offense. A person arrested under this paragraph is eligible for release under Section 133903. The person to be arrested has committed any public offense that makes the person removable from the United States. B. A peace officer may stop and detain a person as is reasonably necessary to investigate an actual or suspected violation of any traffic law committed in the officer's presence and may serve a copy of the traffic complaint for an alleged civil or criminal traffic violation. A peace officer who serves a copy of the traffic complaint shall do so within a reasonable time of the alleged criminal or civil traffic violation.
A, an employer shall not knowingly employ an authorized alien if, in the case when an employer uses a contract, subcontract, or other independent contractor agreement to obtain the labor of an alien in this state, the employer knowingly contracts with an authorized, unauthorized alien or with a person who employs or contracts with an unauthorized alien to perform the labor, the employer violates this subsection.
Hang on just a second. What is...
Cracker
What
Box
is this?
Palace. George Harrison. This is the Carter years, 1977-ish.
These weren't good times. This isn't a good song.
This is a great song.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you, Glenn, on this one.
You don't like this song?
No, I don't.
No, I do not.
Seriously.
No, it's not good times.
Not
Makes
good
me
times?
think of-
Not
no,
good.
makes me think of bell-bottom jeans
All right, how about this
and
one?
Jimmy Carter.
Something happy while we're reading the Arizona law, please.
I know you're going to like this one. Nice. Tell me you don't love the
Yeah,
Four
no,
Seasons.
Seriously,
Oh, what a
Four
night.
Seasons.
Come on.
Oh, these were the days. Music, thank God, like this doesn't come back again, huh?
The Attorney General shall prescribe a complaint form for a person to allege the violation of subsection A of this section. The complainant should not be required to list the complainant's social security number on the complaint form or to have a complaint form notarized. On receipt of a complaint on the prescribed complaint form, an employer allegedly knowingly employs an authorized alien. The Attorney General or County Attorney shall investigate whether the employer has violated Section A of this section. If a complaint is received but is not submitted on a prescribed complaint form, the Attorney General or County Attorney may investigate whether the employer has violated subsection A of this section.
There are
This
people
subsection
all over
not
the
be-
country right now saying, shut up, I want to hear this song I haven't heard in 30 years.
I want to know, and it's a good reason for that. I want to know this. It sounds to me, as we're reading the Arizona law, that nobody in Washington seems to read, but they think that it's just racist. It seems to me that they're not allowed. How many times have it said it has to go with the Constitution? Can't take in race, nationality, or color. How many times has it said that? Seems to me like so far they're just upholding the federal law.
Yeah.
Over and over again they say
and
that.
they're not just targeting. Now we're into a different place where they're not just targeting Hispanics, but now it seems like this law also kind of takes into account the employers.
Yeah, it does seem to make. That's interesting.
Is it just Mexican employers?
No, it seems
must
to be
only be
all
Mexican
employers who employ people illegally in the country.
This subsection shall not be construed to prohibit the filing of an anonymous complaint that are not submitted on a prescription complaint form. The Attorney General or County Attorney shall not investigate complaints that are based solely on race,
color, or national origin.
A complaint is submitted to a County Attorney shall be submitted to the County Attorney in the county which the alleged unauthorized alien was employed by the employer. The County Sheriff or any other local... What is this song? Oh, wow, I haven't heard this in... Oh, man.
Tell me
you know what? What year did this come out?
77. Again, the Carter years, but a great song.
You're getting off track here. You're getting
Carter
off track.
Years, man, it just doesn't get any better than that. Boy, those were the days.
Good
The
times.
county sheriff or any local enforcement agency may assist in investigating the complaint. When investigation of a complaint, Attorney General or County Attorney shall verify the work authorization of the alleged unauthorized alien with the federal government pursuant to 8 United States Code Section 1373C. A state or local county official shall not attempt to independently make a final determination on whether an alien is authorized to work in the United States. An alien's immigration status or work authorization status shall be verified with the federal government pursuant to 8 United States Code Section 1373C. A person who knowingly files a false and frivolous complaint under this subsection is guilty of a Class 3 misdemeanor.
A lot of mentions of U.S. code here, which is weird.
You know what? The only thing that they've got going against them is. You notice that it is all tied to the federal government. So if the federal government decides to not work with Arizona to enforce their own laws, to do what only the federal government can do, that puts the government, it puts us into a constitutional crisis because it puts the federal government against the states and the federal government violating their own laws.
And there's no way to think about that unless you're listening to Hot Child in the City.
Nick Gilder,
Good
ladies
night.
and gentlemen. Nick Gilder.
Whatever happened to him? You listen to him and you kind of understand.
He's selling shoes at Payless now.
I worked at the Holiday Inn for a while.
It's a lot of words. You can just copy and paste the law, though. That could be easier.
I have really good news.
Good.
I know why it's racist now.
Okay.
Because states are required to respect and ensure the human rights of all persons subject to their jurisdiction without discrimination. And relevant international standards require that detention be used only as an exceptional measure, justified, narrowly tailored, and proportional in each individual case, and that is subject to judicial review. This is the ruling. This is the ruling now from the UN on the Arizona law.
Oh my gosh. Oh. That's why we get out of the UN and tell them to get out of the United States. You just headquartered
45 seconds.
in Bahrain, Abu Dhabi.
Oh, we're reading the Arizona bill, and it's pretty... The heck is this?
It's Muskrat Love,
Pat's
the
been trying
original.
What?
This is really going to spice it up nicely.
Pat's been trying to make this easier to read, and he's been putting Muskrat Love now behind.
Let me tell you
it.
something. There is nothing better than a song about romance among rodents. This makes everything go down a little.
Who's this?
smoother.
Is this America?
Yeah, it's original. I don't accept the Captain and Tennille.
I didn't know that. Do they have the little?
No.
No, this is before the synthesizer, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
America's a little too
Who would
classy
have?
for that, too.
Who would have known? Who would have known? These were the days before the synthesizer. Those days don't come back.
They're about to whirl and twirl and tango.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing. I think we get the point here. I mean, how many times does it say?
Yeah.
You can't.
Race, color, and national origin
Right.
can't
United
be
States
considered.
Now,
Constitution.
listen. States are required, listen to this statement carefully. States are required to respect and ensure the human rights of all persons subject to their jurisdiction without discrimination. Relevant international standards require that detention be used only as an exceptional measure, justified, narrowly tailored, and proportional in each individual case, and that be subject to judicial review. The law will result in potential discrimination against Mexicans, indigenous people, and other minorities in Arizona. We are concerned about the enactment of a law prohibiting Arizona school programs featuring histories and cultures of ethnic minorities because everyone has a right to learn about his or her cultural and linguistic heritage.
What's that from?
Oh, that's just from the United Nations. They've just handed this down, this ruling down. The United Nations